So, good evening. We are back again. It wasn't a good evening after we played Fulham, that's for sure. However, today is a good evening. We're back. We got the band back together. Jezza, how was your holiday, mate? You look happy.
Yeah, it was lovely little break. As I said, it was sunny, but it was cold. It was, if you sat in the sun out the wind, it was nice. But walking around, it was just that horrible cutting wind all the time. It just got into you. You had to really wrap up. So it's a matter of going in and out of bars. Well, what can you do? You've got bars. You know what I mean? They had coffees and I had brandies. So
happy days.
No, it's good. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Yeah, very nice, mate. Good to have you back as well, mate. Obviously missed last week due to the holiday. And yeah, man, you missed a Man United game, which was great. And then obviously that shit show yesterday, but it's what it is. Matty, how are you, mate? I see you out and about at the local games and that. Working as well.
Working this weekend, working the Georgia football game. Go Dogs! We won the SEC championship. Then on yesterday, you knew who I was working with yesterday, Lee. I'm going to mention it here, but you know what I was doing yesterday. Got home last night, and I said, "Well, let me watch the Arsenal game." I completely oblivious because I worked all day. I literally had a. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you this too, Lee. I don't know how you do it when you only get 3 hours of sleep and you up the next day working. I did that happen to me yesterday, and I was just like, "How the hell does Lee do that?" Because there's no way I can do this 3-hour thing and get up and work like I did yesterday. So I came home, watched the game, fell asleep, woke up this morning and said, "What the hell did I watch last night?" What the hell was that display yesterday? That was and Kenny, you sat in the cold and watched that game. Oh my Lord have mercy, man. What a mess that was. So we'll get into that in a little bit, man. But gents, it's good to see y'all, man.
No, big up, man. Big up. Yeah, Kenny, you left the comforts and confines of your own house. You put on your woolly gloves, your scarf, your coat. You braved the wind, the rain, and then that got served up right in front of your very eyes, mate. Shocking. How are you, mate? How's Monday? Better than yesterday, I'd imagine.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't just that. There was puddles on the way to the ground. So, I had these like designer tracksuits that I wear to football, and I was just basically pulling them up so my ankles wouldn't get wet with the mud, dirty, muddy water. So that's all in the name of Arsenal. But Monday's fine. Yesterday I was frustrated, but I expect nothing else. It's Fulham away. I wouldn't expect Fulham to play with any any type of attacking endeavour. But it just shows you one thing, set pieces, like I said, are great. But if it's your main form of attack when you challenge for the title, then it's not a good look. And then if you're relying on just two players to win your games, i.e. Odegaard and Saka, and they don't turn up, it's not a good look. It bastardizes the viewpoint that we're one of the top sides and one of the title favourites when our rivals. And if you want to include Chelsea, that have got much more firepower, and a much better looking squad than we have. It just shows you that the difference between challenge for the title and actually winning the thing is night and day. It's night and day.
Oh, 100%.
That's where Arsenal have got some big issues. We thought that we sorted out problems, but I can think of 3 or 4 positions we need to sort out, and I think what, we need to spend some big money this summer.
Yeah, 100%. The best money we can spend is sacking this manager and getting a new one. That'd be the best money we're spending in a long time. Then let me come to you first, Jez. The starting 11. I seen the starting 11, and I was like, okay, Gabriel didn't make it. That weren't too bad against Man U. We got the job done. This is Fulham. They're a better team right now. They're playing better football than Man United. However, they have a lot less threats than Man United do. They have a worse bench. Some of their ex-players for our club obviously play for them. So they're going to be fired up to tell Arteta exactly what it is. But the starting 11, I was thinking, okay, cool. No Calafiori, he's injured. Zinchenko played 1 game and now he's all of a sudden out the squad again. No Gabriel. Ben White, obviously, this manager forced him to play when he needed knee surgery. But I was like, we've got Kieran Tierney and Lewis Skelly on the bench. So instead, you decide to play Thomas Partey at right back to put Timber there at left back. Yeah, when we got 2 left backs sat on the bench. Yeah, then I was looking at midfield. I was thinking, like, where's the creativity? Yeah, Declan Rice ain't going to create nothing. Jorginho ain't going to create nothing. Like, what are we doing here? Where's the creativity coming from? Our best midfielders at right back. Our best right backs now at left back. Jorginho's shit. We've got Moreno on the bench. She ain't much better. Yeah, and I was thinking, this is all, again, going to be on Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. And like Kenny said a minute ago, when they're not on it, we're shit. Yeah, and I thought, ironically, that Saka was our best player. I actually thought he was the only forward player that actually looked like he gave a shit at the weekend. The rest of them were awful. But what did you make of the starting 11 and how the game went, mate? Because yeah, well, I think that striker for them showed our striker exactly how to do a lesson in hold up and link play and finishing.
Absolutely. When I saw that starting lineup, I thought, hang about, we've moved 5 positions to get 1 player in. What are we doing here? You know, here we go again. This is Arteta being arrogant, thinking he's better than everybody else, and it cost us again. Did it last year, did it again. Best midfielder, quite rightly. Oh, we have to stick him at right back. Now, as soon as I thought that, I thought, we're in the crap. We're in the bloody crap. Jurien Timber, he's done a great shift over at the right back. I will stick him left back then. Oh, we will do that. Oh, let's not bother with probably one of the best left backs in the country, Kieran Timber. Now, I actually said this on a stream last night. If I was Kieran Tierney, I'd be on the phone last night to my agent and saying, get me out of this shithole club in January, because clearly he's not going to get a game unless it's absolute desperation times. Clearly, Arteta doesn't rate him. They obviously have had a fallout, hence why he was stuffed out on loan. It's a disgrace, man. Absolute disgrace. It totally unbalanced the team. The midfield was totally inadequate, in my opinion, apart from Declan Rice taking that one corner. But it just shows, guys, that at the end of the day, what we really are all about at this club. We just don't have the squad depth, but we all know that anyway. And we have an arrogant, narcissistic bloody manager that thinks I will do it my way and I don't care what anybody else says. And he cost us again. We should be beating Fulham. This is Arsenal, man. Right? We're not Brentford, no disrespect, right, to Brentford. But come on, man. The amount of money this man has spent, and look at what we're getting. We're getting served up crap. And I'll be honest with you, how on earth this manager is getting praised, I don't get it, because he should be getting bloody booed off the park. Seriously, man. Applauding, celebrating, what? What's there to celebrate and applaud? I'm not seeing anything. And we're going to have to go through this again all the way to the end of next season. Because don't forget, we got the 3rd round of the FA Cup in January against Man United. Now, Man United are not going to lay down and open their legs for us. Right? They're going to want to get something out of it because they're not going to get anything else this season. So they're going to want to do something in the FA Cup. I wouldn't be at all surprised, guys, if Arteta was to do his absolute usual bloody shit show and would be out in the 4th round. Actually, the 3rd round. I wouldn't be at all surprised. And if that happens again, then I will be absolutely bloody fuming because, as you guys know, I love the FA Cup. Kenny loves it. Matty, Lee, you love it. Most people in the chat probably love it. But this man, if you can call him a manager, is an absolute bloody prick. He's done it again, thrown us in the bin. Sora's, I mean, come on. How can anybody be celebrating this and making him out to be something he's not? He still is worse than Ten Hag. At least Ten Hag had 100% success record, right? What's this man done? Nothing. And he's going to cost us again. Rant over.
No, I'll make you right, mate. 100%. Yeah, he tries to be too flash. And he thinks he's better than he is. And it's no coincidence that him and Pep this season have kind of fallen off a cliff. Yeah, we've both had injuries, but so have Chelsea, so have Liverpool. Liverpool got the best goalkeeper in the league, and he's been out injured most of the season. Trent's been out. Yeah, they've lost Nate. Yeah, what's his name's been out. Harvey Elliott's been out. They've had Jota out. Like, they've had a lot of injuries as well, and it's no coincidence that the two best teams to watch in this league are the two that are sat at the top. You know, the two boring bastards that have fought for a title in the last 2 years have fallen off a cliff. Why? Because the other teams ain't scared anymore, mate.
No.
Yeah, they've said, sod that, we're just going to attack you. And what we'll do, is we'll attack you when we have to, but we're going to do a mid to low block and we're going to stifle Saka. Yeah, we're going to stifle De Bruyne. We're going to stifle Odegaard. We're going to stifle Grealish or whatever it may be, or whatever it may be for each team. They know which ones they are. These managers are not stupid, some of them. You know, the fact that Chelsea are above us should be a sackable offence in itself. I'm sorry, I don't care how much they've spent in the last 2 years since Bowley's got there. The fact that we're in December and we're behind them in the league, he should be sacked on that alone. Yeah, they're playing better football. They've got a better squad. Yeah, cool, they've spent a lot of money. But we could have gone and got Sancho. We went and got Sterling instead. Let's not forget Sancho's on loan. Yeah, he's not signed yet. It's an obligation or an option, I think. Yeah, so why didn't we go and get Sancho? Because he's better than fucking Sterling. You don't want to play Sterling. Yeah, why didn't we go and sign Pedro Neto? All I keep getting told is, oh, yeah, but he's injury prone. Well, has he been injured since he's been at Chelsea? Oh, he ain't. Okay, cool. Yeah, why didn't we go and get Cole Palmer? He's worked with him before. We just let him waltz off down to Chelsea for 40 mil. That's a fucking scam, mate. Yeah, we're buying shit players for top dollar, and then we can't get rid of them. But listen, Matty, obviously, you watched the game back last night. What did you make of it, man? Because me and Ola, I'll be real with you, yeah. And then if I'm watching this, before the game started, yeah, Ola was going, they're doing kumbaya in the tunnel together. Look at them. Iwobi was cuddling, they're all cuddling everyone, and nice to see you, Emil Smith Rowe. Come here. It's a fucking London derby, mate, and we've got to win. Yeah, like, what are we doing here? After 8 minutes, I was like, no, we ain't winning today, Ola. He goes, I knew that when they walked on the pitch. There was too much cuddling. Why are we always like this, bro? Why can we always tell, Matty, inside 5 to 10 minutes of a game, whether we're going to get a result or not? And we very, very nearly fucking sneaked it, yeah, with that goal at the end. Yeah, but brain dead Martinelli was offside. But what did you make of it?
There's a lot to unpack with this game. I thought about some stuff yesterday. I wrote it down. I said I got to actually make notes for tomorrow's show. Yeah. First thing, why do we keep selling all our players to Fulham, and then we get upset when they kick us in the teeth in the middle of the season? These are the players that play for us, by the way. I was sitting there thinking about it yesterday. These are our players, costing, putting another dent in any title hopes you got. These are our players. We sold these players to that team. Okay, so that's strike one. Strike two. I'm sitting here watching the game. Like I said, I was oblivious yesterday to everything. I even missed football, American football, everything. I was just completely out of it yesterday. And so I watched the team lineups go up. And like Jez, I looked. I said, is that Thomas in right back? And then I looked in the middle. I said, Jorginho's starting today. And I said, Timber's over left back. Kivior. I said, oh man, this is a recipe for disaster right here. This is a recipe for disaster. First goal, Kivior. What was he doing? What was he looking at? Man was behind this. Whoop, right on in, scored a goal. This football team, the thing that just drives me crazy with Mikel Arteta, and we know this, all of us know this. The crazy part is it drives you crazy, but you know it's coming. Is that this manager has, for the last 3-4 games, set piece. What did I tell y'all about a month ago? I said any manager that's worth a damn that Mikel Arteta runs up against, that knows his way around the Premier League, is going to exploit every frailty that he has. This manager, combined with his arrogance, as Jez stated, by the way, that I can do this every game. Nobody's going to stop it. Nobody's going to stop us doing corner kicks. Did y'all see? I don't know if y'all caught this lead during the broadcast. Did you see Saliba get ushered out, just moved away on the corner kick.
Yeah, by Adama Traore.
Troy Adama just slided him on out the way.
You just move over there, mate.
Just move them out of the way. Did anybody notice this on Tech Pieces yesterday? They're starting to move people around, push people out of the way, making it harder to make the runs. They're making them get congested on the runs now. That's over. Team said, "Oh no. We everybody in the world saw the Manchester United game, so of course common sense is going to tell you we got to make an adjustment for that." Let me say something else too that I watched it yesterday and I watched it the game before. I wanted to look and make sure that I was seeing this correctly before I said something. Kai Havertz is taking off plays. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Kai Havertz is taking plays off. Mm-hmm. He's up top. I watched him good yesterday. He's up top. He trots back just a little bit to make it look like he's doing something. And then he'll run around, and he'll kind of make it look like he's doing something. But then there's the chances, and I don't know if y'all caught this, all three of y'all caught this in the broadcast. There are these chances where it's probably about a 40-60, going to 60 is going his way. If he just put a little extra effort in to get the ball, he probably can do something with it. And then he takes off. Just takes the whole thing off, doesn't get the stuff on time. And he's wasting space. He's wasting up space. He did it against Manchester United. He did it against Elizabeth. He's been doing it the last couple of games, but because we've been winning, it's gone under the radar. Yesterday was a classic example. Now somebody's gonna come here and say, "Well, Matt, he had a hand in the goal for Saliba." Yeah, there's always a one-off. But for 70% to 85% of that game, he was doing absolutely nothing. I watched it. That's a position that we needed somebody to score goals in. Look at his look at that his performances. Then we go to the three stooges of this football club. Martinelli. This is a man who we all, outside of Kenny, defended this man at one point and thought there was a player there. But I must apologize on YouTube television to Kenny because Kenny's been saying it all along. There's nothing there. You open the box, it's just bones. I said this morning, he's fell off harder than MTV. And we all remember MTV back in the 80s, what it was and what it is now. It's nothing. And Martinelli is right there in line with it. Jesus. What does he offer? What does he do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing for this football club. And once again, Kivior. Absolutely dreadful. Should be sold. Should be moved on. They should be announcing a loan, or not a loan, but a sale for him in January today. Let me just get to the point here. This team is not good enough to be consistent. They're not going to do it. They're going to win. I even had a fan cam. I meant to pull it out today. I did a fan cam earlier this season. I said, yeah, we're going to win some games. It's going to look great. We're going to feel good. Everybody's going to get feeling good about themselves. And it's going to look like we're doing something, but we're going to repeat these same problems because these problems are embedded into the team. Yep. You can't hide from a bad transfer window in the summer. You can't hide from a manager who doesn't know how to adapt. Anybody with common sense knows that Fulham's going to come and play. They've been doing it all year. Everybody they played, they've gone. Lee, I've told you this time after time. I said, Fulham, we've watched them. Fulham, they have a go at teams. They're going to try to have a go. And people say, oh, Fulham didn't do anything yesterday. They drew us. This, in order for this team to do anything this year, it's going to take a monumental transfer haul. And let's just be real. It's not going to happen. And I'm going to go ahead and let y'all in on a secret. Y'all lean in right quick. Everybody's watching this at home. Y'all lean in. We ain't buying nobody this summer. So go ahead and get ready. We're going to have bodies leave. But y'all know the record shows itself. We're going to probably end up getting
January or summer.
Both. Both. How about that? Both. Because what we buy in the summer is probably going to be something just to appease somebody, and then we'll revert back to tight. We'll go buy 2 or 3 projects.
Mudryk.
Yeah, we'll get some projects. I'm not convinced, Lee, I'm not convinced that they actually want to do anything. And what I mean by they, I mean the Kroenkes. I'm not convinced because see these performances, when you set piece your way, like I said, we all took joy in it last week. We laughed and had fun with Ransom. Just banter, But the reality is, we know we can't keep doing that. People know that. They knew that this weekend going into that game. This was a must-win game. Has anybody looked at the table and seen the points that separate us? Look how far we are from 10th.
Yeah.
Go look how many points we are away from 10th. And if we ain't careful, Kenny, we got 3 weeks, my friend. We got about 2-3 weeks here, and it's gonna get real hectic real quick.
We're 6 points off Fulham, they're 10th.
Yeah. And if we ain't careful, it's gonna get real ugly. Things are gonna start to get real ugly. We can't be dropping these points, man. I told y'all we can't be dropping points. We ain't in a position. We've wasted that get out of jail card earlier this year. That jail that we wasted. So now you got to do something. And as Jed stated, we got a cup game in a couple weeks. How many people are feeling confident? I know people, oh yeah, man, we'll knock them out the park. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Based off of what we've seen the last several years under this manager, that we're going to be able to go do something. It's now on paper, something has to be done because of the money that's been spent. But are you sure about that? I'm not so sure, y'all. I'm not so sure. And he's going to have to answer some questions because that performance yesterday was diabolical. That was pathetic based off of what we've seen the last couple of weeks. He just ripped up everything that he did in the Sporting Lisbon, just completely ripped everything up and threw it in the trash yesterday and said, "Oh, I'm going back to what I used to do." It ain't working. It wasn't working when you did it, and it wasn't working when you did it yesterday. So that just reeks of what? Arrogance, as Jed stated.
Facts. Before I come to Kenny, big up to everyone locked in. There's 1,100 in it. Get these likes up. The lads' links for Jez's channel, Arsenal History and more, Matty's channel, Southern Guna, and Kenny's Insta, Kenny Ken 1972, are all pinned in the live. So make sure you show them some love and follow them as well. Let me grab this as well. Big up Unique, man. Not only can Tierney play left back, but he can also play centre back. The excuse is that he's not played in months, but he's not getting any minutes whatsoever. Deja vu, rinse and repeat. Facts. Yeah, he plays centre back for Scotland. Yeah, so why is Kivior starting? Why did we waste 24 million on Kivior? He's fucking awful. Yeah, it's pathetic. No, it's absolutely pathetic, man. But no, bless up Unique, man. Hope you're good, man. Let me grab this as well real quick. In fact, I'll save this for later. And bless up to you, mate. I'll come back to that about our captain being subbed off again. I'll save that for later, and we'll talk about that later, yeah? Big up to you, bro. Big up Rasta Stocks, Gunner. I am glad that Southern Guna is here. Needed to ask him about a camera. Get asking, man.
Hey, man, ask away,
he's the camera guy, bro. He's the camera guy.
Quick, hey, Lee, let me throw this out there, too. Why does he keep bringing on Ethan with peanuts, with no time? Where's Skelly? Why didn't Skelly start there? Yeah, at the position yesterday. Why is he? I mean, it's like you got these players, but you won't play them. You won't play them. If I was Ethan Winnair, I told y'all, if I was Ethan Winnair, I am out of here in January. I'm going to play somewhere else in January. I'm sorry if it may upset some people, but if it is me, I am out of here. I'm going to go play somewhere else. I'm off to Germany. See y'all later.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, absolute facts. Let me grab these two as well real quick. Sorry, Kenny, but I blame Cesc for making me an Arsenal fan.
Don't start. Don't get it started.
Yeah, don't get him started, man. Seriously, he'll be here for 45 minutes just waffling about Cesc and how he hates him. Arteta destroyed the potential in Nelly and Saka. Big up, Luke. But yeah, Kenny, you was at the game. But bless up for the super chats as well, lads. Appreciate it. Yeah, you was at the game. You froze your bollocks off. You were soaking wet. And the performance was as dry. Well, I was going to say dry. It was as sorry as the weather. It was embarrassing. What was the feeling like in the stadium, Kenny, in the away end? Because like I hear that they were singing corner again, ole ole, set piece again, ole ole, which is cool. It's all well and good, yeah. Right, but at the same time, come on, man, we got to fucking start winning football. You know, football matches and win trophies. It's boring. Are people starting to get the ump with it, Kenny, or is it still?
Actually, before the game, when we were in Rocket, Wetherspoons, it was quite a really, really strong debate with quite a few fans. Obviously, Lee Judges was there as well. We had a debate with him, and it was really about the points I raised yesterday about the difference between competing and winning the big trophies. And I said it was night and day. And they were saying, well, what would you prefer? Would you prefer like I said, having really memorable moments or nothing? And they said that at least in the last few years we had memorable moments. I said, yeah, but you can't go and parade those memorable moments at a town centre with like 250,000 fans. You parade trophies for that. Look what happened at Tottenham. They had many memorable moments under the Poch. But what happened is that eventually they ran out of ideas and the Poch lost his job. And I think we're going that same way. We're really going that same way where we may as well be as far away from winning trophies as we can, because at the end of the day, we thought we made that kind of improvement with the Nottingham Forest, Sporting Lisboa game, West Ham, Man United, but just shows you there's so much to do, so many cracks in this situation. People talk about a striker like it's a holy grail. I said it once, I said it before, and I'll repeat myself. There's many positions that we've got to look at. You're talking about left back and the fact that Timber had to play left back. That shouts one problem. Immediately, we need a new left back. We're talking about Martinelli. Comparing it to what ABTV is at the moment. That's another problem. Left wing we've got to look at. And then you talk about Thomas Partey being moved into right back out of midfield where he should be playing. We lose him. You're gonna see how really good Declan Rice is number 6, and you'll be disappointed. You'll be disappointed because all you're going to see is Declan Rice running. Like I said, giving us legs, doing retrievals. But if you want something to boss in midfield like Partey's capable of doing, you'll be very disappointed if you think Declan's going to do that. So that's another position we need to buy. And that probably is going to prioritise, getting a striker. That's the whole situation we were discussing in the pub. But the game itself, you guys talk a lot about body language before the match starts. And I was looking at the Fulham players' body language, and they look really confident. And they look like they had a plan. Whilst us, you see Odegaard running up and down. It was like we relied so heavily on set pieces to fact our fans are going set piece again. And don't get me wrong, it's exciting. But when I saw that first half and I saw Odegaard struggling to break down Fulham, I saw Sandberg marking him out of the game. And when I saw, Rob Robinson having a really, really good game against Saka, I thought, damn, if these two don't create anything, we've got a big bit of trouble. And it happened. Their goal came out of nothing. But again, it as soon as he got past Kivior, I just thought, if he shoots, he's scoring. And after that, they put men behind the ball. Now, I don't blame Fulham for putting men behind the ball, because if they played expansively, we could have smashed their places, but they didn't. Not fools. They had a difficult game against Brighton, where it took everything out of him, and then before you know it, they got to put that same intensity against us. It's not going to happen. So they put men behind the ball. But if teams put men behind the ball, the onus is on us to try and break them down. And that's why I always say, when people talk about the title, when they write off Liverpool, they say it's a good time playing Man United, and they don't, even put Chelsea in part of the, conversation. The fact is, they got more options than us. You know what I mean? Even if we go on a big run from Christmas, the likelihood is that if we drop points during that great run, i.e., a la last season, we'll lose the league because of the fact we're playing catch up. And that is a problem. We said from the start of the season, we've got to be immaculate. And I might mean performances with results. Can't afford to drop any points whatsoever. And they said, you probably only need 90 points or 85 points. It's going to be low. No, it's not like that. Because the situation is, Arsenal have to be pitch perfect to win this league. And at the moment, with those performances and the team selections, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because everyone's got to drop points. But when we drop points, it's going to be critical. When Liverpool drop points, it may not be critical for them because of the fact they got such a big gap. Man City, you don't know what's going to happen at Man City, but right now, the team to beat isn't Man City, it's Liverpool. And then if we don't get our act together, it'll be Chelsea. And that's why I'm really concerned. I mean, the team selection, nothing surprises me, really. You know, we talk about Kieran Tierney, just forget about Kieran Tierney. He's done out of this club. Mick Arteta does not want him at the football club, doesn't need him. He's not part of Mick Arteta's plans. If you want to really get angry about something, get angry about the fact that we got Sterling at the club. Get angry about the fact that Mick Arteta was deluded enough to think that he could do what Maresca refused to do, what Southgate refused to do in terms of, selecting from England, and what the problems he was having under Poch towards the end of the season, to where Cole Palmer stole his thunder. I mean, the clue was there. I mean, Sterling, £325,000 a week. Yet you got this guy who was his underling at Man City, stole his thunder to the extent that in a Chelsea game last season when we played him at the Bridge, he took the ball and said, "That's my penalty," of Sterling. Who's there? The guy's finished at a big time. But I ain't got a problem with that if he finished at a big time. What I've got a problem with is that you've wasted a potential place in his team by coming to the conclusion that quite a few people come to that Sterling probably isn't the answer. And you've probably seen that training. But the problem is we still need someone to come to the bench. So we're going to still have to use the guy. One, because we're paying him £325,000 a week. And because we've got no option, because nothing is happening with Martinelli. He doesn't beat his right back. He's easy to play against. We all knew that when Martinelli came on and he went down the byline, nothing was going to happen. The same with Jesus. We knew Kai Havertz couldn't do it. But I'll tell you one thing. It says a lot that Kai Havertz it produces more. And let's remember, he produces probably something really minute. But that is probably 10 times more than we get from Martinelli and Jesus. In terms of what we're saying, we're going to beat Everton, probably beat Monaco, and we're going to go on this run, and then everyone's going to forget about what's happened. But let me tell you something.
Then we'll lose to Brentford away.
Yeah, but it does mean we go on this run. But let me tell you something. Somewhere along during the season, probably in the business end of the season, all the complaints we've had about this squad is going to come and bite us. It's going to bite us. And that's the situation. And right now, Matty's right. I've got even bad news for you. Because to even get the players you want, and I'm talking about 4 players, you've got to sell. Who's going to buy a Martinelli? Who's going to buy Jesus?
Right, Martinelli, somebody put in the chat a minute ago that Unai Emery are buying for about 6 million and turn him into a £70 million player.
You know what? That could happen.
Maybe so.
He'll probably go and get Kieran Tierney as well.
But maybe so. Who's going to buy Zinchenko?
Fulham might buy him. There you go. Fulham might buy all these players.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're in a situation now, if we want to get a top-level squad that's going to challenge for the league and challenge for Europe, we need to sell. So we're in this rut. And I'll tell you one thing though, before I hand it over. I said it to some guys in the pub before the game and afterwards. There's going to be one day that you're going to look, and then you're going to want more than memorable moments, and you're going to look at what we've won, and you're going to say, "Well, hang on here, isn't it about time we won something?" Or you probably think that, and you're going to say, "You know what? This can't go any longer," because at the end of the day, I've seen it before in football. I've seen teams compete on a regular basis for whatever it is, top 4, the league, or whatever they're competing for in the league, because everyone's got a league within a league. And if you don't win the major trophies, you don't get the players you need, the only way is down. Look what happened with Spurs.
Yeah.
Don't even say, well, it was Tottenham, they don't win anything. Well, we won anything for 5 years. We're no better, are we? And we went 9 years without winning a trophy. So don't look your noses down at Tottenham as if you're a bigger club than them. Because right now, you're only a bigger club than them historically. Because right now, you're doing the same things that they're doing, where you're just being complacent and just assuming that everything will come all right. It's not. You've got to buy and you've got to improve the squad. And if Mikel Arteta can't do it, and he can't win the trophies, then go leave. Get someone else who can do it. It's not rocket science.
No, it's not. And do you know what pisses me off, right? I know Chelsea haven't won anything yet, but when you watch them play, not even just yesterday, they're not just attacking down one side. Yeah, Jadon Sancho dribbling through everyone yesterday. You got Cole Palmer floating around doing his thing. He weren't great yesterday. I know he scored his second penalty was a joke. Just dinked it straight down the middle, man. That was just a sick penalty, man. And if he had fucked that up, that was 4-2. But that would have been 3-2, sorry. Yeah, with what, half hour to go. Big balls to fucking step up and Panenka a penalty in that game. Yeah, and then they did obviously score Tottenham to make it 4-3. But when you watch them, they've got Pedro Neto bombing up and down the right wing. They've got Sancho on the left. Yeah, they can bring Felix off the bench. They got Jackson up front. He's a problem. He ain't amazing, but he ain't shit. Yeah, he's actually improved massively over the last 12 months. Yeah, and then they've got Cole Palmer floating around. Their front four is miles clear of ours. Yeah, we could have had Neto. Why didn't we buy him? We could have got Sancho. Why didn't we buy him? Jackson, we could have bought him. Cole Palmer, Arteta worked with him. We could have had Caicedo. He chose Rice. Lavia, we could have brought. Instead, he bought Marino. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, it's not like, yeah, and Kroenkes another one. That's what I'm saying. Look at the squad depth they've got. Right? And this is why I get the people that go on and waffle on about how much money Chelsea has spent and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you actually look at their team that started yesterday, name me a player in their team that started that game that we couldn't have bought. There ain't one. We could have bought all of them. Colwill came through their academy, cool. Yeah, but you said we couldn't have gone and got Gusto. Couldn't gone and got Cucurella. Yeah, couldn't have bought Badiashile. Not that I want him. Yeah, but we could have bought both of their midfielders, Lavia and Caicedo. Could have bought Palmer and the rest of their attack. So why can't we do that? Why are Chelsea the ones doing that? Look at the team that they've created right now. Yeah, well, just that 11 yesterday. Bro, they've got everything in that team. They got fucking hard-working players in midfield that can win a ball back. Yeah, and that can progress the ball. They got wingers that can actually dribble and have footballing IQ. Yeah, Enzo, another one. We could have bought him, right? The goalkeeper, we could have bought him. He's shit. But yeah, sorry, Gusto didn't play. Cucurella played. Not Cucurella. Caicedo played right back. But we could have brought all of their players pretty much. Instead, they bought them. So I don't want to hear nobody waffling. Yeah, about, oh, yeah, they've done $1 billion on this team and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's not forget, this manager's not far behind, mate. He's not far behind. And look how far behind their squad we are. Yeah, they've literally got fucking Reece James that can come in at right back. And when he's fit, it's probably the best right back in the league. They've got Chilwell. Not that I particularly rate him, but he's not shit. He's all right. Yeah, well, look at what we're sitting at left back.
Lee, can I drop this hammer?
No, go on, mate. Go on, sorry.
You know what's crazy about this whole ordeal? Manchester City still sitting right behind us. They dropped points left and right. They have dropped them and dropped them and dropped them and dropped them. Liverpool was at home chilling. They didn't even play a game this weekend and made out like a bandit.
Do you know what's mad? Last season we dropped points in 10 games. We drew 5 and lost 5. Well, we've already drawn 5, and we're only 3 losses behind. Does anyone genuinely think we're not going to lose more than 3 games between now and the end of the season, or draw any more?
We've got some big games.
We're fucked. Anfield away, we ain't winning.
Yeah, but you thing about it is that a couple of weeks ago we were talking about this big run of games where people were saying that, yeah, we've got all our difficult games out of the way. And I've always said, yeah, you have. But people don't seem to be listening or looking at the evidence in front of them. It's not Liverpool way that we're a problem. Your problems are against teams like Fulham, Bournemouth and Brighton, and against Newcastle, who, let's face it, they're not allowed to be part of the top table because profit sustainability won't allow it to happen because the big clubs, the red cartel, even though Newcastle got millions of monies in reserve, millions of pennies in reserve as compared to Man City and even Chelsea, the big boys won't let them play. So you have to put Newcastle in the category of the teams that we should be beating on that basis. So Is it any surprise we drop points against Fulham? Would it be any surprise if Crystal Palace away becomes another grenade? And then Brentford, who always seem to score, if they ain't scoring the first minute of the match, they're scoring at least 3 or 4 at home. They're the top goal scorers at home. Don't get me wrong, they may adjust what they're going to do, but they're going to give us a game. These are the kind of teams we've struggled against this season. And people don't sit and realise it. They talk about, Liverpool, you wait until Liverpool in the second half of the season, they're going to get Man City away. They've got to play us at Anfield. They still got to play Everton under the lights. That's fair enough. But Liverpool are doing what we haven't been doing, and Man City haven't been doing this season, which is beating the teams they should be beating. Man City struggled with it. We struggled with it. Here's the fact: Liverpool are, in effect, 6 points ahead of us with a game in hand. And that's the problem. Arsenal fans don't sit with listen. You look at these teams, and your snobbery, your footballing snobbery stinks the gaff out. It stinks the airwaves out. It stinks the podcasts out. It's an eyesore to even watch, let alone, and it's probably disgusting to listen to, because we're bigging ourselves up as though we're this great team that we're going to go on a run. Well, how about beating the teams you should be beating? Because you can't beat them. All the teams that we've lost to, and we struggle against the teams we should be beating. So what does that say about us?
Every time we play these teams, Ken, that you mentioned, we've had some kind of adverse effect, whether it be the year we went from 4th to 5th, a couple of years that when we were trying to get into Europe, and then you look at when we get into Europe, then you look at the two years that we were challenging for the title. Southampton,
West Ham,
Aston Villa, Fulham, as you just stated, Brentford starting the season off with 1 year, got blown away. Newcastle, these teams that we should be beating, we end up losing. It's just like all Arsenal fans worry about Manchester United, Liverpool, Spurs, depending on how they feel, because we know we got a section of the fan base that really support them if need be. We know that from last year. And you've got that, and then you got, did we beat Chelsea? Did we beat Man City? That's all they worry about. All other teams, just let the chips fall wherever they may. And then at the end of the season, when nothing is won, oh man, we were short, man. And then you have to go through that same dialogue. You just said, well, did you see the game against Fulham? Did you see the game against West Ham? Did you see the game against Aston Villa? Did you see the game? These games, all those games, they are the ones that kill you every time. Those games is usually 12 points between all them games that throw you out the title contention. 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna get you.
Absolute facts. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Listen, there's 1,300 in here. Smash the likes up, that'd be great. Sub to the channel, obviously, that'd be great. And pinned comment in the live is Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. Matty's channel, Southern Gooner, and Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. So make sure you follow all of them. Rasta Stocks says, all right, need a camera for streaming and for photography. How do I contact him? Does he have email? Bless up the Gunners and the panel.
I'm gonna drop my IG in the chat. You just hit me up, and I got you, my friend.
There you go. Yeah, Matty is the G when it comes to cameras, mate. Look how crystal clear he is. Yeah, I've noticed Expressions has upgraded his camera. He's catching you up, though. He's catching you up.
Hey, man,
X's camera's crystal.
With that kind of money, I would assume he probably would be able to do it. With that kind of money,
Yeah, that's cash money every weekend for that lot, mate. Soon enough and fuck it up every week.
Hey, come on, man. You're playing Chelsea, man. Come on. Did anyone expect any other result?
No, do you know what? I actually said on a stream, everyone thinks they're going to get battered, but it would be typical Tottenham to go and beat them. Yeah, after beating City and losing to it, I said, but I do think Chelsea would win, but it'd be a tight game. The scoreline was tight, but that weren't a tight game.
If there's any Tottenham fans watching this, I know there's a few Tottenham fans watching it. I said to my good friend who's a Tottenham fan, Robbie, and I'm also, when I do get to speak to Chris Callan, I say the same thing. Ange Postecoglou, tactically and as a manager, is basically the new Ozzy Ardiles as a manager, tactically, because how they were playing on the Aussie in 94, 95 when they had the when they had Klinsmann, Sheringham, Dimitrescu, just attacking for attacking sake. This is exactly how these guys are playing. He's listening. He's going to lose a job. Next week, they got Southampton under the lights. If they lose against Southampton it doesn't, even if it's
it'll be done.
If they lose against Southampton, I'm sorry, then he's got to go. But for the entertainment value, you've got to want to keep him.
Right, don't worry about that, Kenny. They got Glasgow Rangers away on Thursday.
Oh well, that's gonna be a fun one.
Well, Glasgow Rangers are actually, I think, aren't they top of that Europa League thing?
No, they're above Tottenham. No, they're level on points, but above them.
Oh yeah, so that's not going to be an
identical record apart from +2 on goal difference.
I'll tell you one thing: as much as you know, I'm a Catholic and I don't like Rangers as a Celtic fan. I'm sorry, I'd rather Rangers beat Tottenham. That's how I take Spurs.
Wow, there you go. There you go. Well, big up to our mum Spaghetti as well. It's actually easy to figure Arsenal out. Just put a man on Saka and a man on Odegaard, like Jose Mourinho used to do, with Ander Herrera on Hazard. Nullified. Facts. It's that easy. It is genuinely that easy. And then just defend the corner properly and you'll get a result. Pretty easy. Pretty simple, mate. But yeah, Aussie RD list. Yeah, exactly. Aussie. Yeah, big up Sushil. Yeah, because he's an Aussie. Yeah, come on. But let's go back to this as well. Bless up to everyone in here, man. Jez, from losing or drawing positions, Martin Odegaard has been subbed off 21 times as a captain of this football club. That's actually mad. That is actually mad. The creative spark when we need a goal gets taken off. Have you ever seen another captain ever in the history of football that is a creative player, right, that gets subbed off when you need a goal?
The Vanguard.
Vanguard. Yes, mate.
I don't recall, I could be wrong in saying this, but I don't ever recall in all the years I've ever watched Arsenal seeing a captain be subbed off that many times. To be honest, I can't think of it unless Kenny can, because at the end of the day, the captain, really, all the captains in the past have pretty much been on there for the whole, unless they get injured, of course. Yeah. But
or unless we're winning 5-0 or 4-0 or something, then you got them off.
But you've got a big game coming up. You might want to give them, half-hour break and bring somebody else in. But this guy, our creative captain, I don't know where that narrative comes from, to be honest. I didn't see him being that creative yesterday. I won't lie. Be fair.
He was awful. He was awful, mate.
I thought he was bloody shit, to be honest. But I just think it just this just puts the nails in the coffin, doesn't it? That we don't have a captain of any worth. We don't have the creativity that we should have. People were saying about West Ham. Well, I'm not being funny. West Ham were bloody awful. And they are a proper crap team at the moment. So I'm not seeing this at all. Why is this guy even captain? Why? I don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not there. And we've dropped to this level. It just sums the whole quality of this club up now. We are in a mess. We've been in a mess for the last 7-8 years. And I don't see any change coming anytime quick, people. And I just find it frustrating. It winds me up. It pisses me off. And, unfortunately, I didn't see the Man United game because I couldn't find anywhere I could watch it. But I hear we did all right. I haven't seen any of the highlights. But yesterday, it just sums up the level of this club now. We buy rubbish. We can't sell them, as you were talking about a little bit earlier. And as Kenny said, we've got to sell to buy. Who the hell is going to buy some of these players? What money? I'm sorry. Is anybody interested in buying Odegaard? Anybody? No. I can see Saliba and Gabriel going.
Well, did you? That's good that you said that. Actually, did you see Saliba's comments the other day I think it was the day before. Yeah, it was the day of the game. It was released. Literally a couple of hours before kickoff. Saliba said, "For me and Gabriel to be considered great players, we need to win trophies." So now he's shoehorning Gabriel into the conversation.
That's what Saliba said.
Saliba said it. For me and Gabriel to be considered great players and a great partnership, we need to win trophies. Yeah, he's now shoehorning his centre-back partner in there. They're leaving in the summer, mate, trust me. Then where do we go from there?
Before I bugger off on this one, I said this a while back. These two players that are quality defenders, right? If we don't win a good trophy, right, by the end of this season, they're gone.
100%.
Madrid are already looking at Gabriel Magalhaes. Yeah, they're putting the scouts there. They're seeing, they're watching his progress, what he's doing, and Saliba will probably go the same road. Anyway.
Well, it goes without saying, and that's the situation. The best way to keep your players is two things: win trophies, simple as, and look like you can win trophies. Because the modern player doesn't give a damn about history, football history or not. If the modern player cared about like the status of a football club and they cared about the status of their history and heritage, or the fact that they're great players and great managers, a lot of the players be joining Man United. A lot of players turn down Man United these days, and they turn down Man United because there isn't a plane there. There were a lot of players who were turning us down for Chelsea and Man United previously and Man City because there wasn't a plane, and that's the situation. A lot of players say they're coming to football because what the players are being sold. They're not being told that they're going to win trophies, but we're told they're going to win trophies because this guy, Mikel Arteta, is one of the best up-and-coming coaches in the league. And I use the term loosely, by the way. And something's got to happen at Arsenal. Something's happening there. That's what we get them now. That's not always going to be the case because, as I said before, the difference between competing and winning is night and day. And there's going to be a time when our players are going to realise that, especially when they're going to think, You think about our players who play for France and England. Now, France and England, France have been in 2 World Cup finals. England have been in 2 European Championship finals. Amongst those squads, you've got Champions League winners and players who won their domestic leagues and players who won the Premiership. It's not rocket science, is it? What sort of conversations are having? What sort of tapping up is happening? If Arsenal don't win the big trophies, then they'll go and leave and play for someone else because it's natural. How many times were Man United players trying to tap up Steven Gerrard when Man United were winning the Champions League or getting the Champions League finals and winning the league? And Liverpool weren't. It's football.
No, it's crazy. That's mad. Yeah, this comment as well. No one with elite mentality wants to win. Sorry, let me start that again. No one with elite mentality and that wants to win will sign for Arsenal. Want to sign for Arsenal. This is true. Just going back to I'll come to you, mate. Yeah, just going back to this Odegaard thing, right? For me, I look at it and I think the only reason he's captain is because he's a yes boy and he's marketable. He's a nice little boy, nice young man. Yeah, ex-Real Madrid, failed wonder kid. Yeah, and he's the PR merchant for club and country. Yeah, but I walk out under the at the Emirates singing that North London Forever bollocks and I get goosebumps. Do you remember that crap? I get goosebumps leading the team out. No, you don't. You fucking liar. Stop lying. Yeah. Same with his country. He's a little pin-up boy for his country. Yeah, and he's the PR guy. He says the right things. He's a nice guy. That's the only reason he's the captain, mate. Yeah, he's the perfect captain for this manager. Yeah, he don't want anyone that questions him like an Aubameyang or someone like that. Do you know what I mean? He wants a nice guy.
Well, we know what happened there, Lee, didn't we? We know what. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
we
true.
know what Aubameyang. He questioned him. They fell out. All right, he was late for the North London derby, turning up, but that's inexcusable. I'll get that. But I think that was just a protest. Anyway, there you go.
But yeah, no, you're right. Go on, mate. Go on.
This manager, On missing Gabriel, yes, this I'm going to try to press. I was trying to find a quote, but I caught this one. This one, I missed this one. But listen to this. On missing Gabriel for yesterday's game, yes, but I am pleased with the performance of Jacob, and he had to change the whole unit as well. We had Jakob there and Urian on the left, which we've never played before, and Thomas as a fullback. And okay, he does it. Georgie comes in, and he was excellent. That's it. They were not available, and they had to respond. And I'm very happy with what the team did.
Really?
You want to talk about a snake oil salesman? This guy, he is the textbook definition of a snake oil salesman. I used to call Edu the shyster. This is the snake oil salesman. This manager would try to sell you on anything. And for him to come out there yesterday and that like, oh well, we drew Fulham. That was one of the best things we've done all season. That is crazy. For much money as we spent on this team, that is ludicrous. For him to come out and have that kind of behavior, his arrogancy, this manager's move. I mean, everybody on this panel for the last month has been talking about how good Thomas Partey has been doing at playing midfield. And then he wakes up. I guess his wife forgot to put eggs on the table. And he says, well, hell, I'm going to go change and I'm putting Thomas Partey at right back today. I mean, bro, when has it worked? When has it worked? And how many times in the last 3 weeks, gentlemen, that we've sat there and said, hey, man, this Timber at right back is cooking. He is getting the job done. And then you just completely move him around out of position. Listen, as long as this manager's here, he's going to keep doing the same thing over and he's cost us when it comes to qualifying for Europe. He's cost us in cups, and he's costing us again in this league by doing the same exact thing that he's done for the last several seasons. This is who he is, y'all. This is who he is. When it looks good, it's working good. It's never not good. It's not good enough for him. He has to go revert back to type and do the same thing that he's done that puts this team in the bind over and over. And to answer y'all question about Odegaard, we knew this was coming with him. He's the same exact way. When he's in form one game here or there, he does not have the consistency to be a top flight captain in the world of Europe. He's a decent player for a decent moment or two. But if you're looking for somebody to get down in the trenches, to get dirty, to put, to crawl up on the barbed wire, it ain't going to be him. I can tell you that now. It ain't going to be him. He is not the captain that everybody thinks when they look at captains of yesteryear. And it doesn't have to just be Arsenal, but just under the line of captain of what a captain was. He's not that player. He's not that player. He's just going to be the type of player that just does just enough to do what he needs to do, and that's it. He's not scoring 18, 19, 20 goals. People in our fan base are still looking for him to score 15 goals. That ain't happening again. That was a one-off.
That was a one-off. Thanks.
Yeah, that was a one-off. We'll never see that again.
Remember when that happened, yeah? Everyone was like, oh, yeah, they're going to kick on. They'll all grow together. Well, what's Martinelli done since then? Yeah, what's he done since? Saka's the only one who's consistently put up numbers. Yeah, even before that, Saka was putting out numbers. Before that season where they all chipped in. What have we done since? Yeah, we don't look like creating fuck all most of the time. Yeah, fuck all. It's crazy. Let me grab this super chat real quick.
Look, Lee. Now you get super look. And you think about it, your right winger is your top goal has been your top goal scorer for the last few seasons. It's not a good look, especially when you're going for a title. I mean, let's sort of face it, and I say it. And I'm not having a go at the guy because I'm a massive Saka fan. It's not as if he's producing Salah numbers, is he?
He's on the same amount of league goals as Madueke.
Yeah, but he's just what he's doing over the years is when he's not getting the 20 goals or 30 goals at Salah game. Now, I'm not putting him down because I hope that does come. But at the moment, it's good enough to be top goal scorer at that club.
Do you think? Let me grab this and I'll ask you a question straight after you. Sorry, Jez, keep your channel. Says Linda. Bless up, Linda. I've learned a lot from you and your channel. Slap the like button. Bless up to you, babe. And
I ain't going nowhere, Linda. I ain't going
Jez
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Bosh. But bless up, Linda. No, thank you, babe. Yeah, let me ask you this here, Kenny. Do you think he's getting the ump, Saka? Do you think he likes playing in the system? Because he can't do it all on his own. And yesterday, it looked like that was the case, didn't it? He looked like, yeah, what could he do? Yeah, he tried. Of course he tried. He always tries here. But like, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking he's the only player that looked like he really wanted it. And he's looking around the pitch lost at the other players. Like, what the fuck is somebody going to help me? But he ain't that type of person that's going to scream and shout at his teammates.
No, he's going to have to, because he's got leadership status. He's going to have to. You can't get leadership status and not open your gob. He's got to be able to put it.
He's not proven that he can do that.
When I was injured, he was a captain. That's his job, to lead the team. Not by
but he ain't a leader that's gonna give it all to that one, is he? We've never seen him do it.
We all know why he's a captain, because simple reasons that Bukayo Saka is the commercial face of this football club. And let's face it, rightly so. He's a lovely lad, comes from a good family, 2-parent family. I'm not saying that's the reason why, but that's how the club say.
He's been raised properly. He's a nice, polite young man, which is what Arteta loves.
He's got GCSEs. He smiles a lot. Some people think he's cute, and
the old puppies.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's the face of the football club. In terms of like, is he enjoying his football? Well, he is enjoying his football because of the fact that the fact that he is something alien has happened to him where we actually are challenging, and that's not slacking him off. But we are challenged for trophies. But one thing he's going to realise, because at the end of the day, he's only 23. In a couple of years' time, he's going to come to my conclusion that the difference between challenging and winning the big trophies is night and day. And then he's going to think, well, I might have to go elsewhere and win trophies. That's just the way football is. Football changes everything. I know he loves playing with Odegaard. I know he loves playing with Partey. But I'll tell you one thing now, and I was discussing it with my brother. I was discussing it with mates. The modern footballer nowadays is just a sheep. There aren't no leaders in football. Never going to be leaders in football, because as long as you've got managers like Pep, Amorim, and Mikel, and maybe you'll have a situation where there's robots that just play what they're told. Pep is a micromanager. He takes all the credit for himself. When Man City don't do well, it's never him. But when they win trophies, even though you had players like Messi winning trophies for him, you had players like like David Villa, you got Haaland, you got De Bruyne. It's always Pep who takes the credit. The same thing at Porto. It was Amorim who gets all the credit, and it's going to be the same thing here. Arteta gets all the credit. And to be honest, is there any wonder? There are no leaders of football. Players play when they're told. Everyone talks about a story about Henry when he was at Barcelona, and he was told to stay at the right wing, and then when he cut in, scored a goal, he got taken off at half time because he didn't play where the manager wanted him to play. And that's the thing. Unless we put that genie in the bottle, and you can't put the genie back in the bottle, you're not going to see leaders. Odegaard's no leader. There's only one alpha and omega at the football club, and it's Mick Arteta. Saka's no leader, because there's only one alpha and omega, it's Mick Arteta. So,
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you this question, man? Do you think Arteta actually wants a leader on the pitch?
No, he doesn't. He is the alpha and omega. He is the zeitgeist.
Christ.
He is the zeitgeist of what we see now in modern football. The day of player power is going to die a slow and lingering death. We had player power before, where the only managers who basically ran the shop or ran things were Sir Alex Ferguson, probably Arsene Wenger, and maybe Rafa, and I use the term loosely. Jose. All the other managers were sheep. The players run things. That's why Graham Souness didn't want to be. Even Jose, to a certain degree, they all got sacked because, and why do you think Graham Souness doesn't want to be a manager? Because of player power. But now he's in a stage where he can do it, because back in the day, which even as early as 10 years ago, players and their agents were going telling tales to owners, but owners ain't having it no more, because the modern managers ain't having it. You play my way or you don't play. Look at Sancho. He tried it on with Ten Hag. Who won? He didn't.
Well, he might be now.
He didn't win. He didn't win because
he didn't win against Ten Hag. No.
Yeah, but he did win against Ten Hag. He lost because even though Man United paid 70 odd million for him, he was the one who was told to do the Frank Boff. Ten Hag showed his nuts, and he won. He put his nuts in he won. Right now, Saka, Odegaard, whoever these captains are under these managers, if they put their nuts on the table, trust me, they're going to be in a souvenir. We'll go to the Etihad or the Emirates and go and see them in a jar as a souvenir. It's not happening.
And you know what? To top all that off, it's even crazy because you start thinking like the player managers like Klopp, they all out the game now. So the player managers are gone. So now you got the tyrant. I'm gonna start referring to this as the era of the tyrant because it's either you do it their way or it's no way.
Pep is a tyrant. Emery is going to prove at Man United to be a tyrant. Trust me, the Man United fans are going to see something, and they're going to the Man United players, and they're going to get a shock of their life. And if they don't, like I said, do as they're told, they'll get players who will.
You know what?
That's possible.
And this whole thing with soccer, and I keep going back to this, is this youthful Arsenal portion of the fan club. They have yet to see a marquee player. Now, I'm not saying world class or anything like that, but a marquee player like Saka, somebody leave. That day is coming. We've all seen it happen. All four of us have seen it. We've seen it play out numerous times. This next batch, they're going to find out what time it is when the marquee player leaves the football club, and they've got to go find another marquee player, and the team don't want to do it. It takes them 15 years to do it.
Yep. We all remember when Thierry Henry left. We all remember that. Why did he leave? Because he wanted to win a Champions League.
Yep.
He wanted to win one. He probably could have won one with us, but he missed twice. But anyway, that's for another show. But yeah. No, but yeah, it is what it is. These players, at some point in their career, they do want to win something. Why has Harry Kane left Tottenham? Because he wants to win something. Yeah, it's not gone well for him so far. Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if they won something this season. Right, but he wanted to leave at some point to win something. You can't go through your entire career without winning anything. It's an embarrassment.
You know what?
When you're getting paid top dollar and you're considered one of the better players.
How many people will work on their job and not want to get a promotion or not get a raise or not want to try to go to the next level?
We all want more money. We all want more money, don't we? And more respect.
Facts. Absolute facts. And this is the thing, it's going to come a point where Saka start side-eyeing it going, boy, might have to leave, They might have to leave. And the club are cashing on him.
Oh, yeah, man. They're big money.
That'll be 100 million, 120, 130 maybe. It depends if he carries on playing how he's playing. Yeah, we're talking over 100 M's. It's probably got a release clause of 100 plus.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're not just selling his footballing ability. They're compensating the loss of like I said, merchandise, because he's the face of his football club. Who after Saka's the face of his football club? Who's got the personality, who's got the likability to be that face? I can't think of one player after him.
But they love off Odegaard because he's the captain.
Yeah, but Saka ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't he? And I'll be honest, I'm a Londoner. Jez is a Londoner as well, and Jez, you know what I'm talking about when you talk about Saka's likability and the fact that he covers all corners of the sort of marketable face of the club. For instance, the mothers love him, the youngsters love him. In terms of the fact that we've got a Afro-Caribbean community in London, they love him.
He's come through the academy, so every fan loves him.
Academy. Our fans from West Africa will love him. Our fans in the United States, especially emigrants from West Africa and emigrants from the like the Caribbean, will love him. He ticks a lot of boxes, Bakai. I'm right. So, and he happens to be a very good footballer and humble about it.
And that's the thing. Yeah, you're spot on. And that's the thing. Yeah, if he was to ever leave this club, oh my days, this fan base are finished. Yeah, because let's be real, right? I've seen a lot of people over the last 24 hours or so, since that game finished, right, sitting there that are toppest of top gooners that are now starting to call shit out. Yeah, well, where you been? Yeah, because whilst it's all well and good, just be happy that we beat Sporting. Yeah, do you remember that little run we were on? Yeah, where we were fucking up and we were dropping points, Bournemouth and all of that lot, yeah? Right, and we were sitting there calling it out. oh, you're just negative. Yeah, you're negative, because before that we were still calling it out. Yeah, and we were getting told we'll just be happy we've won. No, we were calling it out because then a run like that happens. Yeah, then after the last 3 games where we've won them, yeah, cool. I got shameless for Man United because fucking them lot are chatting shit. Yeah, and they're shit. Yeah, they're worse than us. Yeah, so I was going to get shameless. However, yeah, what happens again? After everyone gets carried away and giddy again, boom, Fulham happens. Yeah, this is why, whether it's win, lose, or draw, I call it out, and we call it out, because at the end of the day, if more people did that on wins, you can win a football match and players can play shit. Yeah, we nearly stunk our way to a win yesterday. Yeah, a foot offside. Yeah, otherwise Saka wins it at the end. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, everyone would go, oh, that's 4 in a row. Come on, we're in the title. We've got it back. It's only 4 behind Liverpool.
So sorry, cutting. But a lot of what we did last season and the season before and this season is only going to paper over the cracks anyway. I mean, the fact is that you got what we do when we win a games, we forget that we're short in certain positions. And you think about how much money the manager's been given. You know, some fans say 700 million, some fans say 650, some fans say 100 million. Where how many millions is given, he still hasn't fixed their problems. He still hasn't fixed the left back problem, left wing problem, and he hasn't given us a sufficient cover in the central midfield. We're engine the team, and you know everyone talks about a striker. Well, yeah, put in that in the onion bag as well, and that's the problem we've got. And until he does that, he's going to leave a mess for someone else.
The next manager ain't going to get backed like this one has. Go on, Jez. Sorry, mate.
Can I just bring up the point which I think we've noticed, all of us have noticed, how many times in a game, in games maybe, are Martinelli and Jesus offside? Now, these are professional footballers and they're constantly bloody offside. Can they not, has nobody educated them or coached them in watching the line? I mean, that particular goal offside yesterday, as soon as I saw that move, I said he's offside. I was watching it on my own on Sky, and I was just sitting here, and I went, he's offside. That's going to get ruled out.
Somebody was in my chat, and they said, "Oh, look at you! Why aren't you even celebrating that much?" I said, "Because we've been shit and we've stunk a win." Yeah, and then all of a sudden, I see the first replay. I was like, "He's offside. He's offside." I was like, so then when it came up and he was offside, I was like, "That's why I don't over celebrate, mate."
You know why he was offside? Jez, I can help you. I'll tell you exactly. Well, that's part of that too. You don't know where you are when your head is down. When you ain't looking, when you ain't looking up.
Spot on, mate.
Yeah. You know what, guys, about the offside goal? Obviously, when the ball went in, we hugged each other for dear lives.
That was just to keep yourselves warm, Kenny.
I know, we hugged each other because we thought we won the game. But one thing is, after we broke free from the bear hugs and you know, we put our coats up, you know, I put my hat on because I always take my hat off when we score just in case it falls off. I can't do anything about my glasses anyway. But what I noticed is that the Fulham players didn't have the ball in the centre circle like they did for our goal, for the first goal with Saliba. They had the ball in that. They were actually had the ball, near the goalkeeper, and the referee was talking to them. And you could just imagine the referee saying, "Listen to VAR," because obviously the conversations were going on. We're not a party to that, but you can just imagine him hearing, "Yeah, it looks a bit offside." Martinelli, yeah, he's probably a foot offside. Yeah, can we just have that look? Can we just check that again? And you can imagine him really I saw him talking to some of their players, Fulham players, and one of them had the ball in his hands, and I thought, you know what? Yes, it's got done. And then the guy next to me, who he's Lee Judge's mate, and he came from Australia, and he was with me, and he said to me, "Yeah, I just one of my family members in Australia just said he looks off," and that's when I just thought, all right, no problem. I knew it was going to be
even the goal that we scored. Yeah, I'm still not convinced that was onside.
Yeah, it was real close there.
What's happened is that the guy I had two guys next to me. I had one guy who looked at who was getting mobile phone messages and WhatsApp messages say he looks off, and then my mate, the guy from Australia, was on my sort of left, said, they just showed it on Optus. It looks like it's a goal, but the one from Saka's winner, I could just see the referee talking to the Fulham players, and the Fulham players looked really relaxed, and I just knew that he must have had messages stating, 100%. This is going to be chalked off, and that's when.
As soon as I saw it, Kenny, I didn't have to see the replay. I saw it. I saw it move, and as soon as it went through, I went, Martinelli's offside.
See, we didn't see that. We didn't see that at all.
It was clear.
I see what you mean.
Sky, for once, it like not the replay, but live. For once, the camera was right down the line.
Right in line. Yeah.
And I was like, he's offside.
I think Martinelli knew he was offside as well, because we could see him in the pitch screaming and shouting, but I think he was having a go at himself.
Yeah, mate. Even the first goal, the first goal was so tight, right? It took him an eternity to fucking figure it out, and it looked like the leg of the defender was keeping him just a millimeter on. But then the way they drew the line on that, it made it look like he was about a yard onside. No way in a fucking million years see that much onside. Because his shoulder, and you can score from a shoulder. Yeah, I'm convinced he was offside on that one. But listen, we got away with that. Maybe he was on. Who knows? They gave it. But the point is, these are the games that piss me off the most. So when people start giving it the big one about, we can go on a run, we've got teams only in London, and we don't have to leave London, and this and that. It's like, wait, everyone now knows how to play against us. We're doing the exact same thing as last season, but just added a few set pieces in. Yeah, we're boring, predictable, and we were playing for corners yesterday. Like, people have been taking the piss saying you play for corners. Yesterday, we actually played for corners.
We were.
Yeah, we'll play for a corner every now and again. Gabriel did it the other week. Just kicked it straight off the geezer in Chelsea game. Yeah, kicked it straight off the defender for a corner. Yeah, but it's like most of the time we're not playing for a corner because at least we're having a go. Yesterday, we were awful, mate. Yeah, and the thing is, that's going to happen another 5 or 6 times this season.
Yeah, we'll guarantee at least 3 more draws for a fact. I would be willing to put some money down on that. 3 draws and at least 3 losses.
It's about coaching, though. It's about tactics. The manager's got to demand more from from Martinelli, or don't play him, and get more out of Trossard, who does look to have more of a football brain. And what I saw at Brighton was someone who did try to create things and try to make things happen. Do that more. We know you haven't got the pace of Martinelli, fine, but one of the things that why some of us prefer you to Martinelli is because you've got that in you where you've got that je ne sais quoi, where you can create something out of nothing. You need to do more. We can't just rely on Saka to cut in his left and put a beautiful crossing or take beautiful calls, or draw a foul, or like I said, create space where you can have a shot and score. We need more from it. And other guys as well. You've got to remember, this lad's just come back from injury, but even then, he's not pitch perfect. There's been games, especially against the big teams away from home, where he's disappeared. So we need more from our other players. And that is where all you guys, and me included, where we think we get angry, because we know this, because we look at the squad and we think, shit, the squad's we're still thin. And we're not talking about numbers, we're talking quality. We know the defenders, in terms of defence, he's got bodies there, and the midfield, maybe. But when it comes to, goal scorers and, downright creativity, it's still short. That's going to hurt us, because even the teams that we should be beating, they went, oh, bloody hell, is that all we got to worry about? Is corners. Oh, all right, then. We ride our luck and we hope we get lucky and, that we don't concede too much. But if we deal with that set piece situation, we're going to put men behind the ball and think, right, we're going to get in Odegaard's face, because we know that if Odegaard comes deep, he can't get the ball quickly enough to Saka. And then when Saka does get the ball, we've got 3 players around him, because we know Trossard's inconsistent. We know, forget Martinelli, bloody hell, We could even put the slowest, the guy who won the walking race against him, and he still wouldn't outpace him these days. That's how teams are going to defend against us. So we need more from other players.
Yeah.
Spot on. We are going to wrap this up. I'm going live in about an hour. West Ham are playing Wolves. El Sakiko.
Oh, yeah. Somebody going home today.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Thank God Mikel Antonio got out of that crash.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how he got out of that car, mate. The fucking
You know what I mean?
state of it.
He had an operation, didn't he?
Weather as well.
He had an operation on his leg, didn't he? Fracture or something.
Ow,
Mate, how he managed to get out of that car is wild.
How he
You see the fucking state of it.
Jesus Christ.
It's not the first time he's crashed a car. He crashed a car before. He was dressed as a snowman and wrote a Lamborghini off. Fucking driving a Lamborghini dressed as a snowman. What's that all about?
I think he needs to give up the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and maybe get a Land Rover or a tank. Get a tank.
Or drive in that weather.
Yeah, or just get an Uber. Get an Uber, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some Uber drivers a bit of pork chops at best of times.
No, that's true. All right, who's live that I like? What time's Northside going live? It's going live now. We're going to redirect to Northside. Fulham game exposes Arsenal again. Aren't the champion? Aren't we supposed to be champions in phase 5? Is his title? So yeah, make sure you redirect to Northside. Jez, bless up, mate. What you got coming up, mate?
I was just going to say we're playing Monaco on Wednesday, so footy show Thursday. Kenny, is that any good for you?
Of course, it's good for me. We've got a lot of catch up. Hopefully, we're talking about us fresh in Monaco, and then we got who is it? Everton, who come on. You know, if we play Everton at home, it's normally 3-point Everton. At home, not their grad.
Normally. Yeah, all right. Yeah, so Thursday, I've got 17th of December. I've got the Christmas quiz show. That'd be a good one. There's gonna be some. It's a general. It's not Arsenal. It's general football. And now, I've actually got an idea. It was given to me by the Yeti. Actually, I was doing Arsenal Legends chat show, half an hour, just half hour ones, little ones. Starting with some of the players I remember and moving forward into modern times, whatever. So, yeah, I might try and get hold of the agents and from the likes of Thierry Henry. Give me 10 minutes, mate. I've got no money, but can you give me 10 minutes?
Hey, they do talk. They are talk. You know, Seaman's done a few interviews here and there. You know what I mean, Seaman. You can ask Seaman do the John Lukic wiggle live as well.
I could talk to David Seaman about fishing as well, because he's a big carp fisherman like I am.
Right.
I could have a good old chat about it. But no, it's getting old, these people, isn't it? Because they've got such barriers to get through. Anyway, yeah, so I've got some ideas coming up, different things. I did the FA Cup one programs the other night, which I enjoyed doing that one. So all new start, people, new start.
There you go. Make sure you get subbing, pinned comment, guys. Matty, pinned comment as well in the live. What you got coming up, mate?
Hey, man, finally starting to get some closing out the year, man. So I've got one more day of work, so I'm pretty much free, man. It is getting back to have a little bit of relaxation.
I'll see you Thursday, Matty.
Yep, I will be there Thursday, man. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing something, lining up something, trying to get it put together today. And, of course, I'll be with you on Wednesday to watch Monaco. Let's hope that this form doesn't carry over.
Yeah, Balogun's back.
Yeah. Is it 6 o'clock Thursday then, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, mate.
Yeah.
So I've got some at 8 o'clock on Thursday. So, yeah, 6. So definitely looking forward to it. Definitely, 100%.
Yep, and then of course I'll be back on well, not this Saturday because I've got to go to I got a graduation to go to this Saturday, but we'll be getting it back in order. But we're getting close to those Christmas fixtures, Kenny.
Oh, you know what I think of Christmas fixtures now?
Yeah, no, that's why I said it. We're getting close to them. We're getting close.
Well, don't worry, mate. I won't start a petition. I'll rather try and cancel it myself. Anyway, I'm sure there's a few people, the football authorities, if I could put the case forward for. Cancel Boxing Day fixtures and New Year's Day fixtures. I'm sure I'll get some support because at the end of the day, it's ludicrous if fans can't get to these games. But that's not an issue right now. The issue right now is making sure that Arsenal get back to doing what they do best. Well, get back to what they don't do best, i.e. win trophies.
No, nice one. Yeah, Kenny. So what shows you got on?
Well, I usually do a weekly show with Dan. He hasn't confirmed, but I don't want to jump the gun. But I'm sure he'll get back to me. But because we normally do it on a Tuesday, so yeah, I'm sure I'll be definitely doing that. And obviously I've got Jez on Thursday. But apart from that, I've got housework. I'm off work for the rest of the week, and basically my wife's got a lot of jobs that she says that require heavy lifting.
There you go. You're the man for that, mate. You're the man for that. Bless up to everyone who's locked in. I'll be back on the Reacts channel in about an hour to watch that West Ham game, and I might be back on here later if I can be asked. But yeah, big up to everyone who's been in, liked, commented, shared, sub, donated. Make sure you follow all the guys' links in the live. And Raid Northside's chat with Lee Raid. And for now, Kroenkes out.
Arteta out, you prick.
David Coote, you've got a lot of time in your hands, mate. I hope your agent's not going to be that busy, is he, mate?
Win out.